All right, I think we're ready to go. All right, we've returned from a brief recess. Mr. Stickley has talked to the prosecutor about several of our cases. We're gonna do Antonio Wilson, and then we'll talk about some of the others we did. Antonio Wilson, would you come forward, please? Antonio Wilson? Maybe you stepped out. All right. Mr. Dell, would you come forward, please? This is file number 25780 SM. Mr. Stickley has discussed this case with the county prosecutor, chief assistant, Mr. Josh Robert. Tied with Mr. Robert's team in trivia last night, lost in a tiebreaker. They're younger and smarter than we are, but nobody on their team, I can't believe this. I think I'm aged out. Didn't know Purple Haze and Jimi Hendrix. What? I don't know. I was like, what? They know stuff I don't, certainly. Camilla Cabello or anything that's new, but they didn't know that. I said, well, hey, I got that on you. Bunch of young school teachers and lawyers. All right, Mr. Dell, they've agreed to dismiss your charge for a plea to no proof of insurance. For everybody that's going to take this deal, it's a civil infraction. It's punishable by a fine only. It's not a crime. It doesn't carry any points. Will go on your driving record, but it doesn't suspend it or anything. The fine and cost is $150 by fee schedule. That's due within 30 days. Can you pay that by June 15th?
Yes.
That's really what they want. It's just a way to get insurance. All right, you're good to go. You can pay with cash, check. You did check, I saw you in there checking on your old zoning cases. So you'll work on those.
Yes.
All right, very good.
Thank you very much.
Miss Frazier? Victoria Frazier? Mariah Frazier?
Let's see.
According to Chief Assistant Prosecutor Josh Robert, they're going to dismiss the registration plate violation. You're going to get a plate today. And they're going to turn the no insurance into no proof of insurance, which is $150 fine and cost. Do you acknowledge on that day that you were driving, you didn't have proof of insurance in the car?
Yes, sir.
And you got it squared away since. And you told me about the SOS kiosk in Sturgis. So I learned something today. You ever been to court before?
No, sir.
Well, this is part of your civics lesson. You got to watch a busy morning of court, and that'll be enough to say, I don't want to go in there anymore.
No, sir.
Well, it wasn't too terrible, but we get on your way. All right, again, no crime, just a civil infraction. Fine is due in 30 days.
I have a question, sir. Do I
Yes.
have to come here in person to pay the fee, or is there any way I
No,
can
there's
do
a
this
credit,
online?
there's instructions in the envelope on how to pay by credit card,
Okay,
or you can put a stamp on that and mail it in with a check or money order.
okay. Thank you so much, sir.
All right, you're good to go. That's a good question. Applies to everybody. Stephen Wilson. Mr. Wilson, this is a pretty sweet deal for you because the prosecutor has dismissed the no violation of your permit. So now you can tell me where you're going,
I was going to work.
where you work.
I work at American Axle.
Do you know why he pulled you over?
No, sir. I believe he couldn't see my plate.
All right, well, I'll check your plate. Anyway, this won't go on. The problem is it will go on as a no proof of insurance, so I'm not sure what it'll do. It'll show you got a ticket while you were, but you could have no proof of insurance with an adult in the car or a licensed driver, so I don't think it'll suspend your license. We used to get a lot of people from American Axle blasting up and down 131 because they were late for work coming down from Kalamazoo. Thank you. Yep. So that particular day, you're on your way to work and you didn't have proof of insurance in the car,
Yes, sir.
correct? Fine and cost $150, due June 15th. We're due for a big payoff on June 15th when you guys all pay your fine. We'll have enough to keep the lights on. Are you still at American Axle?
Yes, sir.
Are you through an agency or are you in?
I'm in. I've been there for a year.
All right, well, you don't want to lose your job. Are you missing work right now?
No, sir. I work third shifts.
So you've been up all night.
Yes, sir.
All right, here's your envelope. All right, you're good to go.
Hey, thank you.
Yes, thanks. And we'll do our last no insurance. Mr. Mishka. Again, that's a pretty sweet deal. Prosecutors dismissed no insurance and violation of instructional permit, same as the last guy. Where were you going?
I was on my way home.
From where?
I just had gotten in the car.
Well, don't drive it around without a licensed driver in it till you get squared away. The prosecutor just cut you a big break. All right, but you did not have insurance proof in the car with you?
No, I had just gotten it.
All right. And then you don't have it anymore.
No, I got rid of it.
All right, fine and cost. $150 due June 15th.
Can I pay that today? You?
Yeah, you can just pay it now.
All right.
All right, the court officer will take you out there, you pay your fine. This won't suspend your license. It won't show as a moving violation. How'd you get here?
My grandmother.
Oh, yeah, that's what you told me. All right. You and
So
your
will
grandma,
my permit still be good or?
Yes.
No one.
Yep. Don't blow it till you
All
get
right,
your
thank
full
you.
license. All right, we had an interlude of catching up there. Antonio Wilson was here and then I called him and he didn't. What happened to him? William Collier. Morning, sir.
Morning.
Thank you for your patience. You're from Bristol, Indiana. Are you William D. Collier?
Yes.
Let's take a look. Yeah, the thing's open. You got a ticket for driving with a suspended license and a warning for defective equipment. Failed to maintain your passenger vehicle, which was a 2000 Chevy, 2007 Chevy, to the levee. Take a look at your driving record. You got Indiana issues?
Yeah.
Do you have your license now?
Yeah.
Oh, very good. Let's take a look. You're good till 11/6 of 29. Okay, very good. There is a lesser charge known as allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code, which doesn't go on your driving record and won't affect your ability to drive. I'm gonna have you have a seat for a minute. When we take another break, we'll ask Mr. Stickley to. This was in 2020?
Yeah, one thing led to another and I just kind of forgot about it really.
Yeah, you missed several dates. I think you even have a couple jail days credit, but you got your license now.
Mhm.
And I have $500 a bond.
Does that go against the fines that I have that I,
Yes, it does.
oh, right on.
So let's take a look. So yeah, I can use that to pay this fine and anything else. Don't see that you owe me anything else. All right, Mr. Collier, have a seat and Mr. Stickley will go confer with the prosecutor in a minute. Again, better to take care of it in one trip. Yeah, what the heck? You spent one day in jail. All right, we'll take a look at that. I'm reasonably certain the prosecutor will amend that charge. We have a long memory around here. We go back to, I had some cases yesterday from 2019. I go back to 1980. I can barely remember what happened yesterday, but I remember what happened in 1983. Kirsten Skipper. You can say that a couple different ways. How do you say it? Your last name?
Oh, Skipper.
Skipper. Okay, got it right. Could also be Shipper.
First
All
name's
right.
Kirsten.
She is the main offense of the day, driving without insurance and registration plate violation. Do you have insurance now
Yep.
and a plate?
Yes, sir.
Well, I guess it'd be easier if everybody did it originally, but what this does is it compels people to do it. Have a seat, Ms. Skipper, and we'll have Mr. Skipper talk to the prosecutor in a minute. Who's your insurance carrier? Who? Cure. A Cure? All right, I'm pretty sure we can do that. Let me make sure that you don't owe me a bunch of money. No. Salama Osama? Good morning, sir. If I look at this one, that's a little out of the norm here. Thank you. I'm going to next out a couple of these. File number 25668, Salama Osama Mahdi. That's you, sir?
Yeah, Osama Majdi Salame.
Say that again.
Osama Majdi Salame.
Ashti is your middle name. Okay. It's important to get people's names right. You got a ticket
Mhm.
for allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code.
Yeah.
It's an interesting charge. It's almost never charged as an original charge. It's charged often as a plea down. But this says, no, let me tell you what it is. It's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $100. It doesn't carry any points and it doesn't go on your driving record. So it won't affect your ability to keep or maintain your license.
Your Honor,
Yes?
may I say something?
Yeah.
It's showing on my ticket as civil infraction.
Yeah, it does, but it's a misdemeanor, so the ticket is wrong. Maybe that's what they intended to do. You allowed Jonathan Borchardt to operate a motorcycle without insurance and without an endorsement.
So what happened was,
Oh, okay, don't tell me too much about it at this point. Now, you haven't paid your last batch of fines. You got a speeding ticket. And $108 and something else.
yeah, that was last week.
No proof of insurance.
Yeah, I was driving my girlfriend's car and I got pulled over the day
Alright.
before court. I came in last week, but then I was told that I took vacation last week because the ticket said I had to show up on May 8th. And I was here and they told me that court wasn't today, it was next week.
Well, I apologize. The officer gave you the ticket for May 8th and I see they scratched it out. We were gone. We were at the judicial conference, which is mandatory
Yeah, so
in Detroit. So that's one of the reasons why today is so busy. So you missed a day of work for that.
yeah,
What's your thought here, Mr. Stickley?
If I can make just a very brief inquiry of the gentleman. Your Honor, I think, there's some extenuating circumstances here. I would see, I don't know that we're gonna figure it out on a pretrial or on an instant pretrial. I could try, but.
Let's try. He's already missed one day of work.
that's
Now he's
fine.
missed two. Have a seat, Mr. Osama, and we'll come back to this.
Yeah, use the bathroom.
Sure, sure.
Come back. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Glenn Yarwood?
Yes, sir.
Could you come forward, please?
Yes, sir.
Got a lot more names in here than I have files in front of me. So I got a lot of no-shows. Are you Glenn Raymond Yarwood?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Yarwood, you got a ticket for no insurance, ticket of the day.
Yes, sir.
That was on May 20 or April 28th. Do you have insurance now?
Yes, sir, I do.
Can you have the proof with you?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, very good.
Yeah, that's
Who's your carrier?
progressive.
Progressive seems to be the one a lot of people get. Are you missing work right now?
No, sir.
All right, we'll try to get you on your way. We'll have the prosecutor.
It's in my first name. We should be acting as a driver too, so I don't have that copy yet, but I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, it's really sweet. One of these down there.
Okay.
All right, have a seat, sir. We'll take a minute and go talk to the prosecutor.
Sir.
We have a lot of no-shows, Keith. When I take the break, you can talk to the prosecutor and I'll deal with the no-shows. We only have, well, maybe got more people, I think. Owen Troyer. Good morning, Mr. Troyer.
Morning, Your Honor.
Ever been to court before?
No, sir.
Well, a couple things. Pretty boring
Yeah.
and it takes a while to do it. But it's a good thing to maybe watch. Maybe realize why you don't want to come here anymore. Mr. Troyer, you got a ticket. We've had several of these this morning for violation of an instructional permit. You were in Fawn River Township riding at night when he hit a deer under Indiana permit, cannot operate at night. You're driving a motorcycle or a Suzuki car?
Motorcycle.
Boy, I could think about 9:38 on April 17th. All right. Did you come from an Amish family?
Yes.
What do you do, sir?
I work at a trailer factory, RV factory in Indiana. Crossroads RV.
Are you missing work right now?
No, Your Honor. Works pretty slow.
Yeah, some of the shops are doing all the Thor, Coach and Heartland cases are.
Right.
That's why I asked that other guy how his place was doing. Mr. Stickley, you got any thought? Perhaps the prosecutor would do it 257 or something?
Yeah, we can ask. That'd be all.
So it's not that you can't have a licensed driver, you can't drive at night.
Right.
That's interesting. I don't know that Michigan has a corollary to that.
I was pretty surprised. with it too.
All right, well, there is a charge that they could use that which could, if you get convicted of this, I'm gonna give you a fine, which you'll obviously pay, but it'll suspend your Indiana license. So Mr. Stickley's gonna inquire if the prosecutor will amend this to something that won't cause you to lose your license. So have a seat for a
Is
minute.
it my, just real quick, can I ask this?
Yeah.
Is it my motorcycle's license or is it my actual
It
vehicle?
won't go to, it
license?
won't go to anything.
Okay.
It shouldn't appear on the Indiana license at all.
Okay, so I don't plan on getting that.
Do you have a motorcycle license?
I had the permit, so, but the motorcycle was totaled in the accident. So I'm not getting another one, so. I will
What
not-
was it?
Huh?
What,
What kind of motorcycle?
Yeah.
It was a 2007 Gixxer 600, Suzuki Gixxer 600.
600? All right, have a seat, sir, and we'll address this in a minute.
Thank you.
Mr. Stickley, you're earning your pay today. $8 an hour.
Thanks for the raise.
Keith Smith. Keith Smith? Well, he logged in, or Keith Wilson, excuse me. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Ever been to Centerville before?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, it ain't really on the way to anywhere. The file number is 25766 FT. The prosecutor hasn't charged you with anything. You got arrested for something. One vehicle rollover crash. Looks like an alcohol accident. 7 prior OEYLs. So this looks like it'd be charged as an OEYL third. You've come all the way down here. Do you still live in Grand Rapids?
Yes, sir.
I'm the sobriety court judge, and I've had somebody with 9 prior DUIs in my sobriety court. I don't want you, what I should do is just tell you you're free to go, because they haven't done a charge. But then they're gonna issue a warrant, you're gonna get arrested.
We don't want that.
No, we don't. So have a seat and we'll find out where the warrant is. I don't want, you're here, you've been waiting patiently all morning. We've been waiting for the paperwork. And I don't know if they're waiting for a lab report or what they're doing, but I don't want to send you away and then they issue a warrant and then you get picked up and they set a $50,000 bond. And so, Mr. Stickley, I'll ask you to inquire what the status of this is.
Thank you.
All right. probably nobody will know anything. This was just recently, I think I heard about this crash. All right, now that's the last person on my list. But there's anybody here whose name I haven't called? All right, they got in after the fact. What's your name, ma'am?
Alpharetta Crank.
Who else? What's your name, sir?
Anthony Smith.
All right. In the back,
Berlin.
Mr. Burlow. Anybody else? Mustafa Stewart didn't show up. Colleen Norris at Harbor. Mustafa Stewart, Constantine. Jason Yant. He might be in jail. I'll take a look. And I dealt with Antonio Wilson. But he had new charges, which I didn't deal with. I had him clipped to Keith Wilson. So I did not deal with him. He's got to come back on June 5th. Jenny, I apologize. You gave me those yesterday and I put them on top of the pile and then I clipped them to the wrong Wilson. So we're trying to save that gentleman another trip. Philip Burlew. Oh. All right, you're Philip Leroy Burlew.
Yeah,
Back in 2022, in February of 19, you got charged with driving suspended second offense, no insurance under the insurance code, and unlawful use of a registration plate. You had a warrant issued for your arrest. And that's back when instead of giving people a ticket, Mr. Marvin would do a warrant. So they did a warrant and you probably didn't know it. So the warrant had been outstanding for several years. Anyway, you liked those charges so much that you did it all over again. In April of 2025, you got charged with no insurance, operating without a license, and unlawful registration plate. So essentially the same thing you were doing in 22, you're still doing in 25. You did post a bond in that older case. So let's break this down. Driving suspended second is punishable by up to a year in jail, fine of up to $1,000, 2 points on your license, and a restriction, the suspension of your license. No insurance is punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of not less than $200, and unlawful registration plate, 90 days and or $100. This leads me to believe you didn't take this very seriously in 2022 because you're doing the exact same thing in 25 and I don't know how many times in between. So you could go to jail for this under the impression that you don't really take this very seriously. So I think the safest bet for you might be to get a lawyer to help you with this. Is that agreeable with you?
Yes.
Uh, Now, you lived on M60 back in 22. You still live there now?
I stay there, yeah.
Well, I'm not sure what happened. On the 22 one, they probably stopped you by the road and let you go, and then they submitted it to the prosecutor and issued a warrant. You probably didn't even know it. That warrant's just been hanging out there for 3 years. Then on April 2nd, you get pulled over doing the same thing, and then they realize, hey, there's an old warrant. So you could use some legal help. How'd you get here?
My mom.
All right, don't drive anymore, make this any worse. Appoint an attorney, set attorney pretrial for May 30th. Are you missing work?
Yes.
I apologize for that. It's been a long morning. But you gotta resolve these. Don't drive anymore. We'll figure out what the deal is with the insurance, but you could go to jail for these. It's not a guarantee, but it's a possibility, so we'll get you an attorney. All right, you go with the process or the bailiff. Talk to Ms. Cripe. Alpharetta Cripe. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Again, thank you for your patience. You got the tickets of the day, no insurance and operating without a valid license. So let's take a look at your situation. You got a ticket at Broadway and 131 at 5:30 at night on April 17th. It's just up the street from where you live. Operating without a valid license and no insurance. License was not valid. Pipe was found inside the vehicle. Vehicle stopped for vision instruction. They didn't charge anything other than that. Not valid. Looks like you might be eligible to get it back. Have you done anything to try to get your license back?
Well, I've tried a couple years ago. They just give me the loops and runarounds, and I just gave up.
Did you have some baggage from another state?
Yes, from Elkhart, Indiana, or Goshen, Indiana. But I know it's in Indiana.
Do you have insurance now?
Yes,
Who's your carrier?
Progressive.
Mr. Stickley, her Michigan license isn't bad. She has a driving suspended from 2015 and a no operators license from 2017, and then nothing since. So she hasn't had anything in 9 years, but she doesn't have a valid Michigan license. But she now has insurance. All right, I think I'll ask Mr. Stickley to run this past the prosecutor. Are you still at Maple Crest?
Yes,
You used to live on 9th Street?
no. I used to live on 9th Street, yes,
Yeah, years back.
yes.
All right, 9th Street, it's a long street. Not really on the way to anywhere, but I drive down that street sometimes. Sorry, give that to Mr. Stickley. Then this is Keith Wilson we dealt with. All right, Anthony Michael Smith. Appears to be in. A lot of Smiths today, and I got them confabulated. It's Keith Wilson. Give that to Mr. Stickley. That's the guy with no charge. Anthony Michael Smith from Battle Creek. Let's take a look at your situation. You got a ticket at April 28th at 9 o'clock at night. US 12 on Halfway Road. Driving suspended. I gave you today's court date. Let's take a look at your driving record. Your problems are with Indiana. It doesn't show a suspension. What's your eligible for permit? That was way back when. You did live in Jeffersonville, Indiana,
Yes, sir.
and you now live in Battle Creek,
Nah, I use that address to get mail.
and you still live in Jeffersonville. Where's Jeffersonville?
About a 6-hour drive from here.
Oh my. Now, do you have a valid license now?
Yes, sir.
That's what it says here, Mr. Stickley. It says he's valid in Indiana as of 10/18 of 24. Do you have your license with you?
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure why they charge you with driving suspended.
I didn't have proof of insurance a week prior to that, and they turned it in. And then it got sent to the Indiana BMV, so I had to get on my insurance to send the SR-22 over.
Okay. How'd you happen to be here in St. Joe County?
My fiance's kids live up here.
Okay, so you weren't just passing through, you got a connection up here.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Mr. Stickley, I'll ask you to discuss that with the prosecutor also. I'll attach his valid Indiana driver's license. And for what it's worth, our SOS printout says he's valid in Indiana. But it was run on 5/1. So he got this ticket on April 28th. Apparently whatever he needed to do to clear it up, he did between there and 5/1. All right. Is there anyone whose name I have not called? All right, thank you. Mr. Stickley's gonna talk to the prosecutor and see if we can resolve some of these, and you saw we did that before. In the meantime, I'm gonna call some people that aren't here. Kali Latrice Norris, file number 25692ST. Kali Norris is charged with driving without a valid license and no proof of insurance and a registration violation. It's her first failed to appear. We will do a order to show cause. Khaleesi. Mustafa Stewart from Constantine. Mustafa Adam Stewart. Mr. Bush was here for a pretrial of that person. Didn't show up. There may be some confusion about the issuance of the court date because it wasn't in his ticket. Maybe a problem with the notice. Try order to show cause first. Bush was here. Jason Yant. No insurance. Let me make sure Mr. Yant's not in our jail. No, he's not.
Of the state of Michigan versus Jeffrey Smith. 25-01341, appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people. I would like to make a motion to practice under Michigan Code 8.120.
Motion is granted.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Morning, Your Honor. Attorney Derek Esposito, also public defender on behalf of Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith is appearing from Union County Jail by video.
Okay, today was the date scheduled for a probable cause conference. This matter is scheduled for preliminary examination on May 22nd at 8:30. My understanding is that there is a request to waive the timeline.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, we're asking the court to accept the timeline waiver. Your Honor, we're working on a global resolution. Currently, the plea offer would be to plead to domestic violence and file 25-1214 SM, as well as the OWI in the felony file. The other counts and the habitual would be dismissed as part of the plea agreement. We're asking the matter be set out past the domestic violence case's court date so that Mr. Smith can talk to Mr. Riley and they can make a determination on what they want to do in the domestic violence case. But that's the purpose at this point, is to continue negotiations to work out a global resolution.
So, Mr. Smith, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so you understand that you have the right in the felony matter to have a preliminary examination within 21 days of the date that you were arraigned?
Yes,
Are you willing to waive the 21-day timeline so that this can be reset while they work through a global resolution of your files?
Yes.
Is anyone threatening you to do that?
No, ma'am.
May 30th at 9:30 work?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll reset this till May 30th at 9:30. Mr. Smith, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Not on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
No, on behalf of the defense, Your Honor.
Thank you, you're all set.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, on the record in the matter of the State of Michigan versus Harvey Edwards, 25-00552, appearances, please.
I'm free to go.
Yes, you are free to go.
Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Aaron Schroeder on behalf of Mr. Harvey Edwards, who is present and joins us on Zoom.
Okay, Mr. Edwards, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, today was the date that was scheduled. For sentencing. I do have a pre-sentence report here that was prepared on the 23rd of April. Council, did you get a copy of this report?
Yes, I did. We did, Your Honor, or at least as to the defense, and I have shared a copy and had it reviewed with Mr. Edwards. No additions or corrections. Other than I think there would be a different custody amount of time.
Okay. No need to make any updates or corrections, correct?
Other than I think the jail credit, but this was an adjourned sentence and there was a problem the last time, apparently.
Correct. Okay, you can address the court.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Edwards, as noted in the PSI, has been in custody since February 18th of this year. While as noted in the pre-sentence report, he has some differences in how things occur, but I don't think there's any difference in the opinion that he has, as well as I think probation has, that this could have been handled differently and should have been handled differently. He does have a guardian. He has been taking advantage of programming while in the jail. I'd ask the court this time to allow him the chance to have a term of probation. And I think he indicated he's been successful previously on probation. And I have no reason to think he could not do that. I think with some additional supports from the court and reconnecting with outside with community mental health as well as his guardian, I think he should be able to be a successful candidate on probation. So I'd ask the court to consider that. Thank you.
Did your client want to make a statement at all?
I am not sure. Mr. Edwards, would you like to say anything to the court regarding your sentencing?
What's that?
Would you like to make a statement to the court regarding your sentencing here today?
No.
Okay, I've reviewed the pre-sentence report and the recommendation as well as the prior criminal history of the defendant. I think a term of probation with some programming is appropriate. And as such, the court will adopt the recommendation. The defendant will be placed on a term of 10 months probation. While on probation, sir, you have the following conditions. I am going to order that you engage and continue engagement at community mental health.
Ooh.
I'm going to order that you complete the moral recognition therapy program. Also, I'm gonna order that you obtain employment. And provide evidence of that to your probation officer. Do you have any questions so far? Do you have any questions?
No. No.
Okay, also while out on probation, you're not to use, purchase, or possess alcohol, marijuana, or controlled substance unless you have a valid prescription. You're not to engage in any assaultive behavior or any threatening behavior. Do you have any questions about that?
No.
You cannot possess a firearm, you cannot possess a weapon of any kind, you cannot possess any ammunition. You are not to be at any bars or nightclubs, and you will be required to submit to random preliminary breath testing and urinalysis testing. You have to pay the cost for that, okay?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, there's a $30 per month oversight fee that will be assessed plus a $50 state minimum cost that. I'm sorry, $30 per month oversight fee that will be assessed for each month, so that's $300. There's a $50 state minimum cost that will be assessed for $75 crime victim rights fee that will be assessed. I'll waive discretionary fines and costs. However, this was, I believe, 2 counts. What's happening? Okay, pled guilty to 2 counts of police officer or attempted police officer assault, resistive shot, correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, let's see. So there will be a $50 state minimum cost per count that's going to be assessed on this file. Looks like he has credit. Well, I'll give him credit for the 74 days. However, if you're not successful on probation, you will continue to serve the remainder 365 days maximum penalty on this. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you have any questions at this time about your probation terms or fines and costs on that file? What's the question?
Oh, no, I ain't got no question.
Okay. I also have file 23-025970M. That was a trespass that you accepted responsibility to breach of peace. I think it gave you a fine of $50. It was set for today to determine when he's going to be able to pay. Is he only being held on this, or is there something else?
This is the only thing holding him at this time, Your Honor.
Oh. And he received Social Security?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Edwards, you need to pay the $50 on the breach of the peace file 23-02597 within 30 days of your release. Okay?
I'll give you that.
Excuse me?
Yes, I'll give you that.
I don't know what he's saying.
Can you repeat that one more time?
Yes, I'm gonna give you that.
Okay. Okay, once you're released, you need to report in person to probation so that they can get you squared away with the judgment of sentence. Give me your address again.
902 Seymour, apartment 5,
Department 5,
Yes.
what's your phone number?
That's the thing, I don't know, I don't have no cell phone, as soon as I touch out there. I was gonna give you the cell phone.
Okay, you'll check in with probation. You will be able to meet via Zoom for your probation monthly meetings, but if you don't have a cell phone, you're probably gonna have to meet in person, okay?
Okay. I'll be down there. For sure.
Any additional matters for the record?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
You're all set, sir.
Okay, thank you. We can talk.
He's gonna be released today. Would he be released today, Your Honor, then?
He should be released today. He needs to check in by Monday with
Okay, thank you.
probation.
Yeah. That's okay.
Okay, on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Davin Anderson, 25-01067.
Good morning, Your Honor. Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people.
Erin Robinson, Assistant Public Defender for Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson was scheduled today for a preliminary examination. Are we running the exam?
This is going to be a no contest plea, Judge.
Are you preparing the paperwork? Is that what's going on?
Yes,
I'm preparing the plea sheet.
Sounds good. And he has an advice and rights.
I'm filling that out right now.
Okay, very good. I'll call the next case. I think we have an interpreter. Well, we don't have the AG here, do we? We do. Okay, on the record in the matter of the, well, oh, Ms. Schroeder's done it. On the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Lariano Shabeco, 18-00440.
Attorney Christy Berta from the Attorney General's Office for the People, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Aaron Schroeder on behalf of Mr. Shabeko. I don't know if we have an interpreter yet for him. I did want to speak briefly with him again, if possible. I think it's scheduled for 9:30.
We don't have an interpreter yet.
Not yet.
Okay, we'll call the case for the interpreter. You have to wait for the interpreter. I thought that was the interpreter sitting back. Who was that sitting?
He is here for the Micah Arnold case.
Here in what capacity?
He said he was told by the prosecutors.
He's a witness. Did you find out what his name was? He's got a clergy badge.
Okay.
He's got a clergy badge. Or what? Just saying. Okay, the interpreter is here on Shabako. Okay, yes, we're gonna put you in the breakout room with the attorney and the defendant. Alexis must have been busy.
I guess it's my turn, that's true. We'll stop for longer here.
Boy.
That's right.
This is getting deep.
continuar ahora al siguiente plazo, que sería la
Your Honor, at this time, after speaking multiple times to Mr. Shaveko, it's my understanding he wants to have this left set for preliminary exam. I will continue talking with him.
Gracias, señoría. En este momento, luego de revisar el caso, vamos a asignar que el señor Chaveco acepta a seguir la examinación preliminar para la próxima semana.
Okay, the exam is scheduled for May 22nd at 9:30 in person at the court.
La examinación preliminar está para el 22 de mayo a las 9:30 de la mañana y va a ser presente a la corte.
I need to remind council that all offers will be revoked if the matter proceeds to prelim.
Debo informar en este caso a tu abogado de que cualquier otra oferta que exista en este momento va a ser revocada si seguimos a lo que es la examinación preliminar.
I may, Your Honor.
Yes.
I have made Mr. Shaveko aware of that multiple times, just so the record reflects that at this time, he is still requesting the preliminary exam, but again, we will continue the conversation. If I could address, I know that the bond.
He's gonna interpret.
Yes.
O sea, la defensa en este caso sabe que cualquier oferta puede ser revocada en caso de seguir a la examinación preliminar y que se ha hablado contigo directamente y hasta ahora tú aceptas o has pedido continuar ahora al siguiente plazo, que sería la examinación preliminar.
Okay, you wanted to address bond?
I would, Your Honor. I do realize that on child support cases, bond is generally set by the statute.
Van a pedir que haga un punto de un bond y sabemos que en los casos de child support, en este caso, pues está puesto según o sea, lo que le dicta la ley.
However, I do note that there is a potential way for good cause to adjust bond. Mr. Shaveko cannot work. He is unable to make any payments toward anything at this time, as being in the Ingham County Jail as he has been. I would ask the court to consider, because he has been in custody for some time now, and he has no way to make payments. This is a nonviolent offense. If anybody wants any money, he needs to be able to work, and he can't do that from jail. I'd ask the court to consider maybe lowering his bond. Thank you.
Just so I'm clear, the good cause is because he's in jail and can't get to work?
Yes. He has no way to make payments on any of this.
I don't think that when the drafters of the legislation indicated that an individual shall remain in custody unless the court finds good cause, that they were taking into consideration that being in custody would present the good cause. Obviously, you can't go to work if you're in jail. That doesn't amount to good cause. So your motion is denied.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Any additional
En este
matters?
momento,
No, Your Honor.
en este momento la defensa pedía ajustar o sea, el costo para libertad condicional, o sea, el punto del bond, para poder, porque estás en la cárcel, no estás trabajando, so no hay una forma de hacer ningún pago respecto a eso. En este caso, la jueza dice que directamente en el momento que se escribió la ley no especificaba por qué era que estuvieras en cárcel o no. Por tanto, esa moción que pide tu abogada está denegada.
Any additional matters from the AG?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, you're all set for today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ya está todo listo para hoy y seguimos para la próxima semana en la continuación del caso.
Ms. Schroeder, I have an email about your other matter if you wanted to waive your, Mr. Shaveko and Mr. DeFerno, you're free to go. Thank you.
Ya hemos concluido por hoy y vamos a entonces continuar la semana siguiente. Gracias. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. If you wanted to waive Ferris Schneider's appearance, we can do that today. Okay, on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Ferris Schneider, that's 25-01090 FD appearance.
sorry, Your Honor, can you?
25-01090 FD.
It's a matter for tomorrow, we wanted to address.
That makes sense. Okay. Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
And thank you, Your Honor, Assistant Public Defender Aaron Schroeder, on behalf of Ms. Schneider, who is not here. I'd ask the court at this time to waive her appearance based on the email communications I've had with the court this week.
Thank you. And the court will grant the waiver. My understanding is that your client is currently housed in a hospital facility for behavioral health. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor. She is still there as of yesterday, and I believe she'll have a projected out date fairly soon, but my understanding is they're looking to send her to inpatient recovery and treatment as well. We are currently set for a preliminary exam tomorrow. I'd ask the court to find good cause to waive the timeline so that she can complete her treatment.
Okay, the court finds good cause based on the information provided about Ms. Schneider's condition to adjourn the matter and reset this at a time when she can appear in person. June 27th at 9. June 27th at, you said 9? Yes. At 9.
I will relay this to her. I don't believe that will present an issue. I will let the court know if there is any other issues.
Any additional matters for the record?
On behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Just to confirm, June 27th at 9 a.m.
That's correct.
Thank you. Nothing further.
Thank you. Let's see, Mr. Sartz. I have it that they were leaving Taylor on, correct? Mr. Sartz?
Yeah, that's correct, Your Honor.
Okay.
He appeared this morning, and I was able to tell that we're just gonna leave it on and have it back here next week. Thank you.
That's very good. Okay, and then of course, it's 9:48 and we've not seen Mr. Perone. Correct?
Correct.
What in the world? Jaywalking? Tickets? Who gave the person a jaywalking ticket? Who did it? Now it's $180 for jaywalking. Unable to show cause to defendant because the defendant is homeless. Homeless shelter address on ticket, unable to locate. It's a stupid ticket. Close file. Who's giving out jaywalking? I want to know. Right, Riedel did that. Jaywalking. Scheduled today for preliminary examination. I do have a plea sheet. It says the defendant is being offered a no contest plea, correct?
Correct.
Entry without permission. Dismissed remaining upon successful plea. Is that accurate?
That's correct, Your Honor.
It is.
What is the purpose of the no contest plea?
Civil liability, Judge.
What is the basis of the civil liability?
Because he's alleged to have entered into the apartment. We just want to make sure that there's no allegations of things being stolen and things like that.
Are there allegations of things being stolen?
No, Your Honor.
And I'm not accepting a no contest. That's the case, we can always, everyone can take a no contest plea from now into infinity for potential things that are not even placed into the record. That I don't have a sufficient basis. It's either we can plead to the charge or we can run his exam.
Do you want to run it or do you want to plead?
You can have a moment to talk to him outside.
He says he'll plead.
Do you want more time to talk to your attorney? Is that a yes or no?
Well, tell her she's asking you.
Do you want to talk to her more? Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury? You gotta use words.
Yes.
Okay, put your hand down. I have an advice of rights and plea information sheet. It's 2 pages. There's a signature page here. Did you go over this document with your attorney? Sir? Okay. Is that your signature?
Yes.
Okay, you understand all the rights that's listed here? And you're willing to give each of these rights up in order to plead guilty to the charge of entry without permission? Okay, so you have the right to the presumption that you are innocent. So as you stand there, sir, you're innocent until proven guilty, and it's your right to maintain your innocence and require that they prove that you're guilty by first proving each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that? You want to give your right to the presumption of innocence up? Okay, well then let's move forward. You don't have to waive your rights if you don't want to. And you shouldn't waive your rights just to get this over with. You understand that? Are you ready to run an exam?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll go off the record real quick while she counsels her client a little further. And then I'll call the case in just a moment. Mr. Etheridge. Mr. Walker. Have you communicated with them? He's in high school, is my understanding.
I believe he is, Your Honor. I'm not 100% sure. I have not had any contact with him. I've tried to email him. He does not have a phone number that he provided us. And I was trying to check, I believe he hadn't checked in with pretrial services, and I forwarded the email to him to check in. Try to verify that. Hopefully it hasn't recorded. Yes, John, I received an email Monday from pretrial services, Emily Beard, advising that he had not enrolled in pretrial services. They didn't have a phone number for him, asking if I had any contact information. At that time, I emailed Mr. Walker, forwarded the email, have them requesting that he be enrolled or contact him to be enrolled, and advise him to contact pretrial services immediately. Received below email.
May the 30th.
My understanding still hasn't checked in with pretrial services, but I'm not.
Who else was on this email that you received? The email from pretrial services, who else did they send it to?
Just me, Your Honor. They were trying to get him enrolled before they took any action, giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, we don't have a number for him either because he said that he had his phone and that he would stay with his grandfather. I think part of his bond conditions was that he was supposed to not have any unexcused absences from Everett, and I don't know if this is what he constituted as an unexcused absence. So I'll hold it for 48 hours. Likely that you can even get in contact with him. The best that we could do is try to contact Everett High School and have them get a message to call his attorney. or check his email.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's the best we could do.
He does have a very favorable plea resolution, so I think that if I can get in contact with him, we can get this resolved.
I would, if I were you, try to call Everett High School and see if they'll deliver a message. I know they won't confirm if he's there or anything on to you, but you can let them know that you represent him in a legal matter and you need him to contact you immediately.
Thank you, Your Honor. I will do that.
I'll hold this until you can make that contact.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll email the court what response I get regarding that.
Thank you. Okay, and it's 10:01 and Mr. Corona is still not here. Is that correct?
That's my understanding, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Let's see. What happened to the, oh, so what happened to the civil matters, but there goes one. Mr. Sark's client's downstairs, correct? Dennis and Joan?
That's correct, Your Honor. That's set for 10:30. That's continuation of a preliminary examination. Thank you.
Giving us
Are these landlord tenant too?
They're all, it's all mixed in, Judge.
Okay. So whenever you see Gabe, you can tell him I'm ready on Zarate and Rodriguez, Zarate and Rodriguez whenever he is.
Which Rodriguez? I got a Jonathan Rodriguez down here.
Jaleesa.
Okay.
We're gonna need a date with Martinez to Lisa when I call that case, about 3 weeks out when Brownstown's here.
yes.
Judge, she does have 2 other tickets. They're just not defaulted yet.
All right. You pay 185 on this case. I'll waive your balance, okay?
Appreciate that, Judge, thank you.
So then you can go down and apply on the other ones, all right? Good luck. Next time, show up on time.
We're not coming back here again.
Good,
Thank you.
good. Teresa Gale Booker, 25R514137. Booker? Where's Teresa Gale Booker?
She's on Zoom, Judge.
Okay. This is file 25R514137. Ms. Booker, you have to state your name, please. I don't have a. Looks like. Your name, ma'am?
Teresa Booker.
Can you figure this out, Lisa? It looks like we've only got an Ohio record in here or something.
I'm from Ohio.
Do you have a do you have a Michigan license?
No,
You live in Michigan, though.
I live in Ohio.
Okay, all right. You used to live on Sycamore?
Right, in Trenton, Ohio.
All right, you're gonna plead to impeding traffic, correct?
Yes,
To that charge, responsible or not responsible?
I'm sorry.
Responsible or not responsible to impeding traffic?
Responsible.
I'll accept the plea, dismiss the improper lane use, 225. Can you pay that today?
No, I get paid at 5 a.m. I
Okay,
can pay whatever then.
you can pay it tomorrow then. Go online, 33court.com with your case number and make your payment tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Best of luck, 33court.com.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome, good luck. All
Thanks.
right. This is,
Do you read it now?
Riverside. Give me 1 second. Oh, Riverside versus Amia Fisher, 2501671. All right.
Max Goodwood on behalf of the plaintiff, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Morning.
Is Ms. Fisher out there, please, or Jennifer? She's home.
She's on Zoom, Judge.
Do you know why?
Good morning,
Good morning, your name?
Amia Fisher.
Did you listen to and understand the rights on the video?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you wish to speak to a lawyer?
No, Your Honor.
Have you applied or do you intend to apply for funding?
No, Your Honor. I don't need to apply for funding. I got laid off from work for about 3 weeks. And I'm back to work now, and I just recently made a big payment on my rent.
Counsel, why don't you tell me what the balance, I don't need a breakdown right now. Just tell me what the balance is, please.
Management indicates the balance at this time is $1,837.50.
Did you agree that that's what you owe, ma'am?
No, the balance is $2,039. They added on $179 for court fees. I checked it yesterday.
He just told me you owe $1,837.50. You should be representing them maybe. I don't know. Right? He
So
just told me, didn't you tell me $1,837.50 was the total balance owed?
That is correct, Your Honor. The issue that the tenant's addressing is the fact that it looks like the client added in the court cost twice to the ledger. That was incorrect, so I removed one of the charges of the court cost, bringing us to that $1,837.50. If the defendant would like to pay more than that, we're not going to fight with her. But at this time, I believe that the balance is $1,837.50.
Can you pay that?
Yes, I could pay that as soon as possible. I just got back to work.
Oh, wait a second, slow down. I can't, as soon as possible, you gotta give him a better date than that.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
I'll be able to make, I get paid weekly. I'll be
Here's
able
what
to
I'm
make.
doing. Here, stop, listen, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going on to another case. I'm gonna finish all of his cases, and then he's gonna go into a breakout room with you, and maybe you two can work something out. So just be patient. I'm gonna go through his other cases. As soon as I do, then, he'll go in a breakout room with you, okay? So just be patient. Riverside Townhomes versus Thomas and Allison Paquette. 2501674.
Maxfield Mood on behalf of plaintiff, Your Honor.
Paquette. Good, thank you. Where's Thomas Paquette? I need you out here, sir. Allison Paquette.
He's connected now, Your Honor.
I need you to start your video, please. Your name?
Thomas Paquette.
Where is Allison?
Right here.
Sir, Mr. Johnson, you have to take your hat off, although I like the Tigers, you can't have that on in here, okay? Allison, where are you? Allison, state your name, ma'am.
Allison Paquette.
Did each of you, Mr. and Mrs. Paquette, listen to and understand the rights on the video?
Yes.
Yes.
Do either or both of you and I'm going to ask you to speak first, sir. Do either or both of you wish to speak to a lawyer?
No.
Ma'am?
No.
Have you applied or do you intend to apply for funding?
No, I'm going to pay the rent.
All right, ma'am, have you?
No.
All right. How much is owed real quick? I need your appearance, counsel.
Maxfield Mood on behalf of plaintiff, Your Honor. We've got a balance on this one indicated by management in the amount of $2,946.
Do you just have Riverside Townhomes with me today?
I have Riverside Townhomes and South Point Square Apartments.
Yeah. Okay. When can you pay this, Mr. Paquette and Mrs. Paquette?
Well, I tried to pay my April's month today, but they locked me out of the account to where I can't pay it, and I've been trying to get a hold of them all morning. So I could have it paid by the end of the month.
You want to talk to him, Mr. Modar, or what do you want to do?
Your Honor, I'm fine with providing till the end of the month.
Okay. You want to do a conditional dismissal or a consent judgment?
So I've got a consent judgment with language in it indicating if paid timely, parties agree to stipulate to set aside this judgment, dismiss this case. Defendant must email plaintiff's counsel to confirm full payment. And so as long as they email me, once they get this properly taken care of, I'll be happy to set aside this judgment, dismiss the case. But I've got it set up as a consent judgment.
All right, let's slow down. Okay, so you're proposing a consent. I don't want to, I've got a lot of people here today. I don't want to be doing this on every case. So you guys are going to get to talk in a breakout room, but quickly, and you're going to have to figure it out. I'll pass this case. I'm moving on to another one. Okay, so stay there. We'll put you in a breakout room with Mr. Mudar when you're done. Okay, as soon as I get through some of these others. Riverside versus Trisha Wansowitz and Carson Wansowitz, file number 2501676. Ma'am, your name?
Trisha Wansowitz.
Where's Mr. Wansowitz at?
Carson's my daughter, but she's not with me today.
Or she's a party to the action. She must have signed, right? She signed the agreement. So
she did, yeah.
She's got to appear here. State your appearance, give me the balance real quick, counsel.
Maxfield Mood on behalf of plaintiff, Your Honor. The balance we've got here is $3,886.
Jesus.
You gonna pay that, ma'am, or what are you gonna do here?
So I was wondering if there was a way I could set something up, because I am going to move out of there. Like I want to leave. But if I can have time to pay it, just so it doesn't go on our credit as an eviction, if there's a way we could set something up.
I'm gonna
but I
let
would
you
need-
two talk here momentarily. That would be a default against Carson Wansowitz, Mr. Mudar, so I'm gonna let you two talk. Just be patient, Ms. Wansowitz. He's got some other cases to get through, and as soon as he does, I will we'll put you in a breakout room with him, okay? So just wait 1 second. I'll be with you in a minute. Riverside versus Brendan and Cheyenne Adams, 2501678. Mr. Adams, your name?
My name's Brendan Adams, Your Honor.
Where's Cheyenne Adams at?
She is at home, sir.
Okay, they have to show up, though, that she's gonna be in default.
Oh.
Mr. Mudar, your appearance?
Maxfield Mudar on behalf of plaintiff, Your Honor. The balance that we've got on this one being $1,419.51.
All right, I'm gonna let you two go into a breakout room as well. Just remember that she would have to be defaulted if you guys reach an agreement, okay? I'm gonna pass all those. I'm gonna go on to South Point. As soon as I'm done with those, we'll put you in a breakout room with those individuals. South Point versus David Carter, 01664. Mr. Carter, your name?
Yes, Your Honor. David Carter.
Did you listen to and understand the rights on the video?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you wish to speak to a lawyer?
Well, no, I do not wish to speak to a lawyer.
Have you or are you intending to apply for funding?
I am, right, Your Honor, right now I'm in the process of waiting. I'm going to be reinstated. I work for Ford Motor Company, the UAW.
I just asked if you're applying for funding, that's all. Are you not applying for funding? No intent to apply for funding?
Am I applying for funding? No, I'm not applying for funding.
All right, counsel, your appearance and what is the balance?
Maxfield Mudar on behalf of plaintiff, Your Honor, with a balance of $1,588.56.
I'm gonna let you two go into a breakout room. You can see if you resolve it. Just be patient, Mr. Carter. He'll be with you momentarily, but he has a few ahead of you, okay?
Thank
South
you,
Point
sir.
versus Robert Johnson, 2501665. Mr. Johnson, your name? You got to unmute, sir.
Oh, Robert Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, did you listen to and understand the rights on the video?
I did, Your Honor.
You wish to speak to a lawyer?
No, Your Honor.
You intend to apply for funding?
I wasn't gonna. I have 900 that I could put towards it tomorrow, but maybe in the future I could apply for additional help.
But as of this moment, you have no intention to apply for funding?
Not right now.
Counsel, what's the balance after your appearance?
Maxfield Mudar on behalf of plaintiff, Your Honor. We've got a balance on this one in the amount of $1,952.85.
I'm going to let you two go into a breakout room and speak on these, and I will then come back to you. So just be patient, Mr. Johnson. He has a few ahead of you, and he'll be with you momentarily, all right?
Thank you, sir.
South Point versus Tierra Matthews and Eli Moten Jr., 2501667. Good morning, ma'am. Your name?
Good morning, Tierra Matthews.
Is Mr. Moten? Yes, you are. Sir, you have to take your hat off. State your name.
Good morning. My name is Eli Moten.
All right. Did you listen to and understand the rights on the video, Ms. Matthews?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Moten?
Yes, sir.
Do you wish to apply? Wait, I'm sorry. Do either one of you, and I'm going to ask you first, ma'am, wish to speak to a lawyer?
No.
Sir?
No.
Do either one of you intend to apply for funding, ma'am?
I tried to already, which that didn't go through. I am gonna try and see if I could reapply for any assistance though.
When did you apply?
I would say maybe about 3 weeks ago.
And they denied you?
Yeah.
So why do you think they're going to give you funding now?
I'm not sure. I'm just gonna attempt to try again and let them know the changes that has been made and just.
All right. Okay. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to adjourn this 2 weeks. Defendant to submit application for funding. I'm talking about from one going forward now within 5 days to the court. Okay. I'll adjourn this 2 weeks until May the what?
29th, Your Honor, at 1 o'clock.
At 1 o'clock, okay? So that's what I'm gonna do. So you have to apply for funding, and I'm not talking about the prior application, a new application, and submit that to the court within 5 days. And then the two of you have to be back here on May the 29th at 1 PM, okay?
It will
Any
be the
questions, Ms.
same
Matthews?
meeting ID.
I'm sorry, yes, same Zoom ID. Any questions, Mr. Moten?
No questions, nope.
All right, good luck, folks. Thanks.
Thank you. Have a
South
good day.
Point versus Kyla Moreno and Robert Mendoza, 2501668. Are they here?
Robert Mendoza is here.
Yep. Okay, there you are, sir. Your name, please?
Robert Mendoza.
All right. Is Kyla Moreno here?
She's not, sir. She's at work. They don't let you use the phone.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
She's at work and they don't let you use the phones. So
Where is she?
She's at work and they don't let her use the phone at work, Your Honor.
All right, she has to be here then, sir. So I'm just telling you, she's going to be in default. Did you listen to and understand the rights?
Yes, sir.
Do you wish to speak to a lawyer?
No, sir.
Do you intend to apply for funding?
No, sir.
What's the balance, counsel? I need your appearance too.
Max Fieldmutter on behalf of plaintiff, Your Honor. The balance that we've got on this one is $1,929.84.
All right, I'm going to let you go into a breakout room with him momentarily and you can speak to him, okay? And see if you can resolve something, Mr. Mendoza. Remember, she would have to be a default if there's a resolution reached. South Point versus Diana Ostowski, 205-01669.
Your Honor,
So-
Ms. Ostowski did not appear this morning on Zoom.
Counsel, you paid for a second mailing, true?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Go ahead, I'll be glad to give you a default.
At this time, plaintiff moves for the entry of a default judgment. This is a non-payment case for possession only. We've got a rent to retain being $3,011.77. Court costs $179, giving us our grand total here today of $3,190.77 with a writ date of May 27th, 2025.
All right, just make sure, May 27th, you said?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Just make sure you send that judgment over today, please, okay?
Will do, Your Honor.
All right, so the amount to be paid to save it is $3,190.77. Defendant's in default. Writ date will be May the 27th of 25. South Point versus Romantic Smith. Romantic Smith, 2501670.
Your Honor, the defendant is not here, but Alan Smith, an occupant, is present.
You can state your name, Mr. Smith.
Yes, Your Honor, Alan Smith. Good morning.
Oh, okay, so he's not on, counsel, your appearance?
Max Fieldmutter on behalf of plaintiff, Your Honor. We've got a balance on this one being $2,742.83.
274283?
Correct.
Sir,
Yeah,
you're not on the lease, right?
I'm an occupant on the lease.
Did you listen to and understand the rights on the
Yes,
video?
yes, Your Honor.
Do you wish to speak
Yes,
to
Your
a
Honor.
player?
No, I'm just gonna pay it. He opted out on the lease, so I might need to talk to a lawyer to follow up to find out what steps to take after paying the rent, because I don't have nowhere to go. I don't know where my son went to, but I don't have nowhere to go, and I can pay the rent.
Okay, so you're not applying for funding.
No.
All right, I'm gonna let you two go into a breakout room here momentarily and speak on this, okay? So,
Thank you.
counsel, you can go in. Do you need me to tell you the cases, Jennifer? It's pretty much all of them. I'm gonna send them in there on.
Yes,
Thank you.
we're all
Thank you.
set. He's got access and we've got rooms 8 through 15 for him.
Good, thank you.
Your Honor, I believe
Okay.
I've got one that wasn't called.
Which one's that?
Case ending 1673, Riverside versus Seamus Hancock.
Defendant did not appear on that one, Your Honor.
Riverside versus, you said Acock?
Seamus Hancock, Your Honor.
I don't have that file. Riverside versus Seamus Hancock. I do not have that one down here,
Okay.
John.
We'll get it all squared away for when he comes back in. It's a
Thank-
no-show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Raymond Charles Gordon, 25F 243 947 A and B. Mr. Serrano, why don't you tell my court officer what you have? Sir, your name?
Raymond Gordon.
You're charged with driving on a suspended and invalid registration, a civil infraction that charges. You have the right to a lawyer for arraignment. If you want one, tell me, I'll give you one. If you don't, then I'm going to arraign you. That is, explain the charge and the possible penalties. I'm going to send you to talk to the prosecutor. Okay? You can go out in the hallway and we'll set you up with an attorney, okay? Jeremiah Mitchell Davis, 25F 243817. Your name, sir?
Jeremiah Davis.
You're charged with child neglect. And you have the right to a lawyer on this if you want one. Would you like a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You go out in the hallway, we'll set you up with a lawyer, and then either way, you're coming back in front of me, okay?
Which way do I go?
Right
Never
out-
seen the hall.
Yeah, out in the hallway there.
Thank you. He needs a lawyer.
Both of them.
This one too?
No, these two. Jamie Allen Sywarski, 216R5095098.
Your Honor, good morning. Richard T. Serrano, P33828, appearing on behalf with my client, Chris, to my right. Your Honor, this being the date.
Your name, sir?
Jamie Zaworski.
Let's talk about where he's been first. This is 2016. This was only 9 years ago.
Yes.
What have you been doing for 9 years there, young man?
Trying to get it together, sir.
Trying to get it together.
Your Honor, this is our last stop. I've taken care of 4 matters for my client. They're all older cases.
While you're trying to get it together, you need to remember that you do not ignore courts like this, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you can find this, any judge that will find this endearing, let me know who he or she is, will you please? You can write me a note, say the judge in Lexington thought it was okay, I showed up 9 years late, all right? I want to know who it is. I want to call him up and say, how do you manage to keep your patients over nonsense like that? He's going to plead guilty, it says, to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, right, Mr. Serrano?
That's correct, Your Honor. I've had the opportunity to explain to him what the nature of that charge is. He understands that. He understands the possible consequences be from this court or any administrative agency. We advise the rights. He has signed a form regarding that, and we're ready for the court's examination.
Sir, if you plead guilty here, the possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs or all of those. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign an advice of rights form today and read it and understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and there will be no hearing or trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
To the charge allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, how do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Were you in control of a 2001 Mercury that was being operated on I-75 near Huron River Drive in the city of Rockwood?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that was on July the 30th of 16, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And were you suspended, revoked, or unlicensed at the time?
Unlicensed at the time.
Are you on probation,
No, Your Honor.
parole?
No, Your Honor.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Please accept it. I'll dismiss the suspend. Go ahead, anything, Mr. Serrano?
Your Honor, briefly for elocution, as I stated, this is my client's last stop. He in fact has an appointment with the Secretary of State to get a temporary permit. He has to retest, he has to road test again, but other than that, he's eligible, Your Honor. We've resolved all those other matters. And I believe Your Honor will show that he does have a $3,000 10% bond posted with this court. So we're asking for immediate sentencing, Your Honor. He will be paying the balance tomorrow. Is that correct? Yes.
100 fine. Anything you want to say?
I just wanted to take my time to apologize to you and people of the court for delaying.
You don't need to apologize to me, but you need, 100 fines, 200 costs, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment, 4 1/4, 90 days. He has 3,010%. By law, we keep 10%. You have 270 to apply. I don't even know if I want to give you time to pay. You haven't been here in 9 years. Did you hear what I said?
Yes, Your Honor.
It's ridiculous.
He'll pay, he lives in Brooklyn, Your Honor. He'll pay online tomorrow or tomorrow if the court pleases.
270 now, you go down, sign your bond over, and then I want to make sure that's in his name. Yes, it is. And then you pay the rest by tomorrow, which will be an additional $155, okay?
155 due, Your Honor?
Tomorrow,
Yes.
correct.
Thank you very much.
Have a good day. Good to see you, Mr. Serrano.
Always good to see the court, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks.
Can we go to the window then?
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Okay. Can I have Ashley Moore? Or Andrea, my up on cause date. Have it all? 195.
Oh, I thought it was 1.
Well, you're late. You can't get a
I thought it
ticket.
was at 9:15 and I
You're-
called.
no, no, no. When you didn't show up, this was from January. Okay?
I understand.
Can you pay anything more?
Tomorrow.
Can you pay anything more?
More than the 125?
Yeah, today.
Sure, I'll figure it out.
How much?
You said it's 195?
Correct.
I can borrow it from somebody till tomorrow.
I'm asking you if you can pay it now.
Yes, I said I'm gonna borrow it.
I'm sorry?
I'm gonna call and borrow it from someone I can.
You pay 155 now, balance I'll waive, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, stop doing that. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. People Against Gardner. Jesse Lorraine Gardner, 25E147705. Same with you. Your name? Why aren't you showing up on time? How much do you have today? You have 198? That there, the 7 shots, that there were maybe not double shots in there?
It's not.
So you can go out in the hallway, we'll set you up with an attorney. Either way, you're coming back in front of me, okay? Good luck. Johnson Glover, Julian Enrique Johnson Glover, 25F243480. So we're running a little late here, folks, on these, do I have more? Are they ready on any of those out of Riverside or Jennifer?
He's still going through them. The only other one I have ready is David Cassar at 9 o'clock.
Your name, sir?
Julian Johnson Glover.
You're charged with operating while intoxicated. You have the right to a lawyer. Do you want a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay, I'll set you up with a lawyer. You can go out in the hallway, talk to them, and then either way, you're coming back in front of me, okay?
Thank God.
You're welcome. Al-Shami, Amin Hamoud Ahmed Al-Shami, 25R514112. Could I also have seated up here Eric Kosh, seated at the table? Eric Kosh, Kosze. Your name, sir?
Good morning. My name is Amin Al-Shami.
You're charged with furnishing tobacco to a minor. You have the right to a lawyer. Do you want one?
No.
It is alleged that this occurred at 22430 Huron River Drive in Rockwood, April 1925 at 8:08 p.m. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs, or all those. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights form?
Yes, sir.
If you plead guilty, at any time, you'll be giving up all those rights and there will not be a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, you have the right. You still wish to waive your right to a lawyer?
Guilty.
You still wish to waive your right to a lawyer? Let's slow down. Do you still wish to waive your right to a lawyer? Yes? Okay. I'm gonna enter a not guilty plea. Pardon?
Yeah, I'm not guilty. I'm guilty. I'm sorry. I'm guilty.
Just slow down.
Yeah.
I'm a judge, not a priest. Relax. I'm gonna send you to the prosecutor. I'm gonna let you talk to the prosecutor. Maybe he'll offer you something, okay? All right?
All right.
So I'm entering a not guilty plea, personal bond. You go out in the hallway and they will set you up with the prosecutor, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks. David Kasser. David Kasser. This is David Kasser versus Richard Kowalski. 2501702. Mr. Kasser, your appearance? Yep, you have to unmute. Yeah, I know. One's going to an attorney, one's going to prosecutor. Mr. Kasser, your appearance? I can't hear you.
I am David Kasser, Your Honor.
Mr. Kowalski, your name?
Richard Kowalski.
Mr. Kowalski, did you listen to and understand the rights on the video?
I did, sir.
Wish to speak to a lawyer?
No, sir.
You intend to apply for funding?
I did, sir.
When did you apply for funding?
About a week and a half ago.
All right.
Through the Michigan 411.
Here's what I'm doing. I'm adjourning this 2 weeks. Defendant to provide proof. This is what you have to do now. You have to provide proof that you've applied for funding with the court. So you have to come up here and bring it up to the court within 5 days. Within 5 days. Do you understand that?
I do, Your Honor, but it was all by over the phone, and she said there was no funding available for me because I'm 52.
Okay, well, then you're not applying for funding.
But no, there's no.
Wait a minute. I didn't hear you, sir.
The woman I spoke on the phone said there was no option for funding for me.
Okay. So you're not applying for funding then?
No. I tried. I looked into it, but there was no funding available.
All right, Mr. Kasser, why don't you tell me how much is owed on this?
Your Honor, this is a termination case.
Oh, geez, I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's my fault. I should have mentioned it. But it's a termination case, and there's no lease involved.
Why don't you have to move out, Mr. Kowalski?
Excuse me, sir?
I said, why don't you have to move out?
I do have to move out, but I don't have the funding right now, and I'll be homeless. So I'm just trying to buy time until I get my check.
I got to be able to pick you up. I don't know what's going on here. You're going to have to start over. You've frozen on the screen here. So, can you hear me, Mr. Kowalski? Oh, boy. Jennifer, any ideas?
Looks like he just disconnected, so he must be having internet issues.
All right, well, chat with him and tell him he needs to come up here.
Oh, wait, he's back. Let's see if
Okay.
Mr. Kowalski, can you hear us?
Mr. Kowalski, can you hear us?
Maybe I could call him on the phone. On another phone.
Why don't you do that? And you can tell him that the judge would like him to come up to court. Because it's pretty clear we're not going to be able to do this by Zoom with him. So you go ahead and do that, mute yourself. I'll go on to another case and we'll go from there, please, okay?
Your Honor, I can hear you now.
All right, Mr. Kowalski.
Your Honor, I can hear you now.
All right, good enough. Mr. Kowalski, why don't you have to move out of the property?
I do have to move out. I'm paid rent. It's not intentional. I was off work due to an injury. And then when I got back to work, it was too late.
Okay, what do you want to do here, Mr. Kasser? You want a 10-day writ or what do you want to do?
Maybe we can give him 2 weeks, Your Honor.
Till the, what day? The 29th?
The 29th is fine. That would be great.
All right, Mr. Kowalski, I'm going to go ahead and indicate, and I'm going to fill out this judgment. The plaintiff has a right to possession of the property. I'm gonna extend the writ date until May the 29th. If you're not out by then, he's gonna submit an application for a writ, and I'm gonna sign it. Okay? No money judgment is entered. Acceptance of partial payment will not prevent the court from issuing an order. Not that there is any payment to be made. Defendant may be liable for money damage after moving if additional rent is due, or if there's damage to the property. So you have to be out, sir, by May the 29th. If you're not, then he's going to make an application. For a writ, I'm going to sign it, and you're going to be evicted, okay?
I will be out by the 29th, sir.
Good luck to you. I wish you well. Thank you. I filled out the judgment, Lisa, in here, or Jennifer, rather. You can send it out. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, bye-bye. Thank you.
Eric Allen Kosh.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is 25F243818. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How are you? I'm fine.
Good. Your appearance?
Your Honor, I'm here. Sean Mansour on behalf of the defendant. P number is 78438. Thank you for allowing me to appear by Zoom, Your Honor. Today's time and date set for an arraignment/pretrial in this matter. And just so the court's aware, we're just going to be asking for a quick adjournment for discovery, Your Honor. And we can also handle the arraignment, of course.
Mr. Kosh, your name again, please?
Eric A. Koshi.
All right, so he stands mute, waives formal reading?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Does he have any priors?
Absolutely not, Your Honor. He's 60 years old. He's a member of the community. He's gainfully employed. No priors at all. It's his first ever criminal offense.
All right, $500 personal bond. I'll enter a not guilty plea. Sir, you're not to purchase, possess, or consume alcohol, marijuana, or illegal controlled substances. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. We're going to give you a pretrial date in this case. When will that be, Lisa?
29th at 8:30.
Is that good? May 29th at 8:30?
It is, and we'll be in person, Your Honor.
Okay, great. I'll make a note in person. All right, we'll see you here then. Anything else, counsel?
Just one more thing, Your Honor. He has a pre-planned trip. Oh, I'm sorry. You said May 28th, right?
May 29th.
Okay. Mr. Koshi, you're going out of town May 29th to the 31st. Is that correct?
I was going to see my mother, yes.
When are you leaving?
May 29th, Your Honor. It's
Give me 2 seconds. So I feel like it was the 20.
I have your itinerary here.
Flying the 29th, coming back on the.
I know, I get it. But what time on the 29th are you leaving? You leaving at 6 in the morning or are you leaving at 5 at night?
No, it's 7:30 a.m. flight.
All right, well, we'll do it another day then. Lisa, give me another day, please. Where are you going? Is that out of state?
Yes,
Yes, I'm going to visit my mother, who's in a memory care unit on Martha's
So you
Vineyard.
should go visit your mother. Can leave state to go where, counsel?
All right, so we have Massachusetts. Is that the layover, Mr. Koshi? In Boston, I imagine, because you're landing in New York eventually, correct?
So on the 29th, I'm flying from Detroit to LaGuardia to Martha's Vineyard.
Okay. Your Honor, I don't mind either doing the 28th or if you want to push it out to the following week, I'm also available.
I don't do I can't do it the 28th. We only have the prosecutor here once a week.
Okay.
So give me another day, Lisa. You can leave the state to go to New York / Martha's Vineyard between May 29th and May 31. No alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal drugs. And we'll give you a new date, and that will be on what, Lisa?
June 12th at 8:30.
June the 12th at 8:30. You good then?
I'll make that work, Your Honor, Mr. Koshi.
Okay. June 12th, 8:30. We'll see you guys here at the courthouse. Have a great day. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Goix, Ada, Keckreller, sorry. 25F243909. Ma'am, your name?
Ada Chakrilash.
I'm sorry?
Ada Chakrilash.
Okay. All right, you're charged with drive while license expired. You have the right to a lawyer. If you want one, I'll give you one.
Yes.
Okay. Go out in the hallway, we'll set you up with a lawyer, okay? Thompson. Sir, you can leave if you want, Mr. Kosh. You're all set. Tricia, Ray, Thompson, 25R, 514-108A. And B and C. Your name?
Tricia Thompson?
You have 3 charges: furnishing alcohol to a minor. You have the right to a lawyer. Do you want one?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
Okay, you go out in the hallway, we'll set you up with a lawyer, and you'll come back in and see me whenever you're done, okay? Here's another one for a lawyer. Curtis Hamadi. Curtis Brent Hamadi, 25R, 513-926A and B. Your name, sir?
Curtis Brent Hamadi.
You're charged with operating while intoxicated and resist, hinder, and obstruct an officer. You want a lawyer?
Yes, please.
Okay, we'll set you up with a lawyer. Go out in the hallway, we'll set you up. You're all set. Caitlin May Lee Busby. 25F243696. Your name?
Caitlin Busby.
This is a misdemeanor noise violation. It says you didn't show up. Why weren't you here May 1st?
I didn't know I had, well, I did, but I just, it was.
I don't know what you mean by that. You forgot?
Yeah, the day of, what time?
You gotta show up in court, okay? This is important, right?
Yes, sir.
You have the right to a lawyer. Do you want one?
Yes.
Okay, we'll set you up with a lawyer. It's gonna be a while, so just take your time, go out in the hallway, and as soon as they can get to you, they will, but we have a lot of cases in here. All right? Anaya. Jessica Lynn Anaya, 25R 514-118A and B. Providing tobacco, furnishing alcohol to a minor. Your name, ma'am? Do you want a lawyer?
Yes.
All right, you go out in the hall, we'll give you a lawyer, okay? Everybody wants a lawyer.
Do you want a lawyer too?
Yeah. Sorry, so does she, both of those. All right. Rodriguez, Jonathan James Rodriguez, 25F243935. And I'd like Alter up here. April Alter seated at the table, my right, your left. Ma'am, or sir, your name?
Jonathan Rodriguez.
You're charged with driving on a suspended. You have the right to a lawyer. Do you want one?
Is it advised I get one?
It's up to you. It's up to you.
Well, I'm hoping at least to be able to plead my case, but I don't think it's necessary in this situation. Unless, like I said, you advise it.
It's up to you. Whatever you want. If you want a lawyer, I'm gonna give you one.
You know, I don't think I need one.
All right, well, if you change your mind, you can tell me. On May 2nd of 25 at 7:35 PM, it is alleged that you did operate a motor vehicle in Freeland, near Telegraph and Flat Rock. And they think you had a suspended license, a misdemeanor punishable by up to 500 fines, 93 days jail, costs of all those in 2 points. Do you understand that?
Yes,
Hang on. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
And did you sign the advice of rights?
Was that paper?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I read over it. Still, sorry. Yes.
Did you read?
Yes.
Did you understand?
Yeah.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and we will not have a trial of any kind. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You still wish to waive your right to a lawyer?
Yeah.
I'm gonna enter a not guilty plea. I'm gonna let you go talk to the prosecutor, okay? Personal bond, $500, and you can go talk to the prosecutor. We're gonna bring the file to the Flat Rock prosecutor. You cannot, here's your bond conditions. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. Do you understand all that?
Yes, the bond more or less means.
You don't have to post any money. It means you're gonna have to pay $500 if you violate any of those bond conditions though, okay?
Okay.
You're gonna go talk to the prosecutor right now.
Okay, they'll answer my questions.
What kind of questions? You tell me what questions you have. They're on the other side.
Sorry, I'm still a little new at this. I'm still figuring out.
Okay.
I don't plan on being a career offender by any means. I was DoorDashing when I had gotten.
You shouldn't talk about that.
Sorry.
I just want to answer any questions you have.
As far as the 500 goes,
It's a personal bond. You don't have to post any money.
okay.
You do not have to post any money.
All right, and then, do I have a time limit to pay that? And then, sorry.
I haven't fined you. You haven't even been convicted of anything.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
So I'm gonna send you to the prosecutor and see what you can work out with him. He's very reasonable usually, okay? And I hope he'll offer you something. And then we'll talk about how much money you have to pay if you're convicted of something, okay? All right? Do you have any other questions? But you don't owe any money right now. You haven't been convicted of anything.
Okay.
Okay? You look confused.
I'm just new to all this.
All right, well, I want to answer your question so you're not confused.
Okay, well, I don't even know how I go about pleading the case. When they told me I had this suspended, that was news to me. I just found out. So I'm doing what I can do to get my ducks in a row. But from my understanding, the prosecutor will help me assist a game plan or something.
Well, he's on the other side. He'll go over your record with you and you can explain everything to him and hopefully he'll be reasonable, which he always is, frankly.
I greatly appreciate it.
Okay?
Thank you for your time, Your Honor.
No worries. This is what I do.
I am. I was nervous. But
just relax.
Talking about it just helps.
Good.
I'm here to do what I can do.
All right. Good luck. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Over to
You go right over it out there and he's going to take your file to the prosecutor and you'll talk to him. Okay? All right. You're welcome. FC Stratford LLC. This is FC Stratford LLC versus, let me see here, Hannah Love. And I don't know if that's a typo, but it says Dawid, D-A-W-I-D, Rebis, 2501554. Are you Ms. Love? Okay. Is Ms. Love here or is
Your Honor, I have not had either defendant check in on Zoom.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Splain. How are you?
Your Honor, good morning. Mark Splain appearing on behalf of the plaintiff, FC Stratford LLC.
So Hannah Love failed to appear. Mr. Rebes was here. He said he listened to and understood the rights, had not applied for funding. I adjourned it a week. They're not here. You can go ahead and take a default.
I would love a default, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead.
The rent to retain possession is $5,423.38. There are costs of $229.18 for a total of $5,652.56. Box 4A is checked. We can apply for writ after May 27th. Boxes 5, 6, and 7 are checked, and we will submit that if you'll accept it.
Defendant failed to appear. Default judgment center. The writ date will be on the 27th of May. It's the day after Memorial Day. And the amount to be paid to save it is $5,652.56.
That is correct, Your Honor.
FC Stratford versus Giovanna Perkins, 2501555. All right. Is Giovanna Perkins here? Yes, she is. Your name, ma'am?
Giovanna Perkins, I am here.
You have to start your video, please. Okay. Counsel, your appearance?
Good morning, Mark Splain appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Did she pay the amount that she said she could pay by May the 7th? Did she pay this amount due and owing?
Nothing has been paid. We're going to enter a consent judgment for possession.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, at this time we ask for the consent judgment. The amount owed, rent to retain possession is $5,708. There are costs associated with this of $189.79 for a total of $5,897.79.
All right. Tell me the terms of the consent judgment.
The terms of the consent judgment are we won't apply for a writ of eviction until June 15th.
All right. So, ma'am, do you understand that and agree to those terms?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you understand that a judgment will enter against you by consent today in the amount of $5,897.79 with the understanding that the writ date they're extending all the way to June 15th. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Agree to that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you pay by then, you can stay. If you don't, you have to leave. Do you understand that? And if you don't, you're going to be evicted. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Since you're unrepresented by a lawyer, you have 3 business days to come in here and fill out a motion to set aside the judgment. You also have 10 days to appeal this. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Does he have your permission to sign your name to that consent judgment?
Yes, Your
Do you have any questions at all for me, ma'am?
Honor. No, Your Honor.
All right, I wish you well. Good luck. You're all set. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Good luck, ma'am. Thanks, Mr.
Ms.
Spillane.
Perkins.
Okay.
Do you have others, Mr. Spillane? April Marie Alther, 24T640530, 24T640562. Good morning. Your name?
April Alther.
Did you go and talk to the prosecutor today?
No, sir, I'm not.
Lisa, was this an adjourned review hearing date?
It was adjourned from May 8th because you were off.
I see. Okay. I see.
The file was with the prosecutor.
Yeah, he didn't send anything in. This is Trent. Where's Trent at, do you know?
236.
Mr. Bologna, can you come into the courtroom for a minute, please?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Thank you. Lisa, it looks like both of these were taken under section 771.1. Is that true?
That's correct.
Come on in here, please. Your appearance?
Anthony Bologna, I'm the city attorney, Your Honor.
It looks like she pled the 2 counts of A and B, and she's here for a review hearing. And they were both taken under section 771. It says she's still going to anger management. I sentenced her May 23 of 24. Ma'am, how far along are you in the anger management program?
Sir, I've completed my anger management. I think you guys are mixed up between my mom and myself.
Oh, my God.
Co-defendant.
My gosh, it's Rebecca Alter. My apologies. Well, it says she still has to complete. You're Rebecca?
No, I'm April Alther.
My mistake. April Marie Alter, 214-640-530. Your name?
April Marie Alther.
Compliant. Okay, everything completed. You want to send in a dismissal on this one?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
So I'll hand you that one and we'll go from there. Thank you. So just have a seat behind you. As soon as I get his motion, I'll get rid of it, okay? Rebecca Christine Alter, 254T640562. Listen to this one too, counsel. Come on up here, ma'am. Your name?
Rebecca Alter.
You haven't completed the anger management program
All
yet.
that happened was I was on mute and I went to go click over and
It's a 12-week program, I hope. 18
I
weeks.
know, I accidentally missed the first day and then I thought she let me do it the second day.
I don't know
When
what
it was
that
time
means.
to go, every Tuesday, right? From 6 to 8. And then.
How many times have you seen her?
This will be my second time because
Well,
I got.
you're way too late. Hang on, slow down, slow down. Just slow down.
And.
Slow down. I don't want to, please. Please. Is this Beth Wilds? I need Ms. Wilds in here. I mean, I only have so much time to complete these. I took this under a statute and had to have everything done within a year. I don't know why we're still fooling around with this. You should have the 18-week program done months ago.
I'm new to Zoom. I don't know how to do that. My daughter showed me how to do it, and I guess I was on mute, so was she. She asked me to answer a question. I couldn't do it because it hung up on me. We live in Belleville, and you have no signal. You have to go to room to room.
Did you talk to your probation officer
Yes,
about
I
this?
did.
She's on a weird judge.
That's the reason why I had to pay the second time to do it over.
You're not done with
An
it.
hour and a half.
You're not done with it yet.
I know.
And we've run out of time. We've run out of time. I can't keep these cases open forever. 771 case, ma'am, please stop interrupting me.
Sorry.
771.1 cases have to be done within 1 year of the date of the sentence. I sentenced you May 23 of last year. That means we only have about 8 days left. And you're telling me you haven't gone to anger management. Ms. Wild's your name.
Elizabeth Lost, Your Honor.
She hasn't done it at all?
She has, in the sense of she was removed from her initial program. So she did attend some of them, but they unsatisfactorily closed her out for her lack of attendance.
Okay.
So she re-registered to start the program May 7th
Of this year?
of this year.
Oh, it's not, I'm not gonna, this is a section 771 case. I can't dismiss this. I don't know what to tell you. Mr. Bologna, you can talk to her and do whatever you want to do here, but I'm not inclined to dismiss it if she hasn't done what I ordered her to do. That was 18-week anger management. Something troubled me in that case. I don't usually order that type of long program like that. So that's what I'm going to do. You can go talk to the prosecutor, ma'am, and then we'll take care of this as soon as we can. Thank you. Thank you. Riverside Townhomes, are they ready, Jennifer?
Judge, he has 2 more tenants to talk to and he'll be ready.
Deerfield Estates versus David Fry, 25-01684. Deerfield Estates versus David Fry. Mr. Fry, unmute, start your video and state your name, please.
Fry.
You got to state your name again, sir.
David Fry.
All right. Just stay right there. Keep that steady. I'm getting a good connection. Mr. Burns, you're here on this case, true?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
Your name?
Michael Burns, P87855 on behalf of plaintiff. And I just want to inform the court, I'm bouncing between courts right now, but right now you have my full attention. I just wanted to make the court aware though.
Mr. Fry, did you listen to and understand the rights?
Yes, I did.
Do you wish to speak to a lawyer?
No, I do not.
Do you wish to, or have you applied for funding?
No, I have not.
Counsel, what's the amount owed?
We're showing a rent to retain of $1,378.97, costs in the total of $188.35 for a total of $1,567.32, Your Honor.
Do you, what do you want, a judgment now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any reason to dispute those figures, Mr. Fry?
No.
When can you pay this?
By next week, by next Friday, within like the next 10 days.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to give them a judgment after hearing, and I'm going to give you until May 27th to pay. That's the day after Memorial Day. Can you do that?
Yes.
So I'm going to give them a judgment after hearing. The writ date will be May the 27th, so you either have to pay up or vacate by that date, okay?
Absolutely.
And as long as you pay, you can stay in the property, all right?
Thank you.
So he's going to submit a judgment. I wish you well. Do you have any questions?
I do not. Thank you.
Have a good day. Deerfield versus Joshua. I'm sorry, Michael Joshua and Jennifer Joshua. File number 25-01685. Are the Joshuas here? Either one of them?
No, Your Honor, not on Zoom.
Counsel, you paid for a second mailing, I presume.
Yes, Your Honor.
You did. You can go ahead and take a default.
Thank you, Your Honor. Would you like the numbers, Your Honor?
I would.
We have Mr. Joshua made a payment this morning, which leaves a balance of rent of $307.59. Court costs in the total of $226.81 for a total judgment amount of $534.40. We'd ask if this amount is not paid, a writ issue on May 27th, 2025. No money judgments entered at this time.
Defendants failed to appear. Default judgments entered. Writ date will be May the 27th. The amount to be paid to State is $531.40. Deerfield versus James Railroad, 2501686. Come on up to the podium, sir.
Your Honor, I was unaware he was here, so he has not seen the rights video.
Yep. You have to go listen to the rights. I guess I can verbally advise you. You have the right, your name?
James Railroad.
You have the right to a lawyer.
Okay.
You have the right to proper venue. You have the right to a jury trial. You have the right to apply for funding with a variety of agencies, the Department of Health and Human Services, the local coordinated entry agency, CARA, or the Federal Health for Homeless Program, and they may be able to assist you with some or all the payments. You do not have to have a judgment against you in order to receive assistance. If you want to apply for assistance, you tell me.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you, first of all, do you understand those rights?
Yes, I do.
Do you wish to speak to a lawyer?
No, sir.
Do you intend to apply for funding?
Yes.
Okay.
I can pay for April and May at the end of May.
Well, I know, but are you applying for funding?
Yes. I got money. I have income.
I know, but listen to what I'm asking you.
So, yeah, I can try to apply for funding.
Slow down. I just want to know if you want to apply, if you're going to apply for funding with one of those agencies first.
Yes.
We're going to adjourn this 2 weeks. We're going to adjourn it to May the 29th. I'll give you a time here momentarily. Defendant to provide written notice of your application for funding to the court. You have to provide the application for funding documentation to the court within 5 days.
Okay.
I'm going to adjourn the case to May 29th at
1:30.
1:30. Okay, so you have to do that within 5 days. You have to submit that application for funding that you submit.
Okay.
You have to bring it up here, okay?
All right.
All right, do you understand everything?
Yes, I do.
You have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, we'll see you here then. Good luck. Deerfield versus Jimmy Witt, 2501687. Jimmy Witt here.
Not on Zoom, Your Honor.
Counsel, your appearance?
Michael Burns, P87855 on behalf of plaintiff, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Burns, you can go ahead and take a default.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Paid for a second mailing. Go ahead.
Rent to retain is $1,291.86. Costs in the total of $186.73 for a total of $1,478.59.
By the way, you're not asking for late fees in excess of $70 a month, correct?
Let me check. It depends on the client, Your Honor. I apologize. For this client, Your Honor, no. No, we are not.
Okay,
Double
just to
checking
make a
right
note, if you see my name on the pleadings, you can't ask for me for more than 70 on a residential, okay?
I understand, Your Honor.
But I'll give you that judgment amount, 147,859. The writ date will be May the 27th. Anything else on this?
Not on this matter, Your Honor. Thank you.
You don't have any more, do you?
He is Water's Edge in South Glen, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. I'll go on to those.
Just love the court that much, Your Honor.
What's that?
I said I love the court that much, Your Honor.
Water's Edge versus Darren Armstrong and Madison Stewart, 2501706. Can I have your names, please? I can't hear a word you're saying. It doesn't appear as though you're muted. Now you're muted. No, you're not. No, you're not. Turn the volume up on your device.
Make sure you've allowed your device to use your microphone as well.
Yeah. tell me, try to speak your name again?
Armstrong.
Nice and loud, nice and loud.
Darren Armstrong.
Ma'am, your name?
Madison Stewart.
Did you, the two of you listen to and understand the rights, Mr. Armstrong?
Yes.
Yes.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Do either one of you, let's start with you, Mr. Armstrong, do you wish to speak to a lawyer?
I would like to speak to a lawyer, yes.
Do we have any lawyers here anymore, Jennifer, ever, or how are we doing that?
Well, with this being a Thursday, they were not available, but I do have the contact information for Lakeshore that they can reach out to.
I'll adjourn this a week and you can reach out to the lawyers. When are we gonna put it, Jen?
I can, if they want to chat me an email address, I can email it to them.
No, I know, but when are we gonna do this next week?
The 19th at 10:30.
What day?
The 19th, we have next Monday. So you want to go to the 29th to give them time?
No, we're gonna go to the 19th at 10:30. They're gonna send you the chat information and you can call the office and speak to the lawyers right now, okay? And tell them your court date is on Monday. So that's, how much is owed on this, Mr. Burns? Tell me your name again if you haven't already.
Of course, Your Honor. Michael Burns, P87855 on behalf of plaintiff. There's rent to retain of $1,000.
I just need the total balance.
Yes, Your Honor. $1,078.15.
You gonna be able to pay that?
Oh, that's just it. We applied for assistance and we also, it's not rent. It's a water bill that we did not have access to.
All right, let's slow down. Let's just slow down. So you're likewise applying for assistance?
No. Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Have you?
Yes, we have. Just last couple days. We didn't actually get our summons handed to us. It was left on our porch.
All right, slow down. You don't, okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. You have to provide proof that you've submitted an application for funding. You have to submit it here to the court, not the application. You have to provide proof that you've submitted the application to a funding unit within 5 days.
Okay, I understand.
So you have to bring it up to the court. I can give you then until May the 29th. That's when we'll have your next hearing date, and that'll be on at what time, John?
1:30.
At 1:30. So May 29th at 1:30 now. Okay, so but you have to submit that application, proof that you submitted an application for funding within 5 days here, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Sir, any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck. Thank you. South Glen. South Glen versus Eliza Brown and Kyla Brintley, 2501708. Are either one of them here, Jen? Eliza Brown or Kyla Brintley? Jennifer, can you hear me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are either one of those defendants here, Eliza Brown or Kyla Brintley?
No, Your Honor, they have not checked in.
Counsel, you can take a default.
Thank you, Your Honor. The total due of rent currently is $460, costing the total of $200.
I'm gonna ask you to break down the rent, the late fees too.
Yes, Your Honor, and I actually just did the math. The late fee that was assessed was $100, so I subtracted $30 from what our client is claiming. So the last time there was a zero balance. Since then, there has been a pet fee of $35. There's been rent of $1,160. There's been a water bill of $30. There's been insurance of $37. There's been a gas bill of $30. There is a washer and dryer fee of $35, There was a credit associated to the account of $37, and then there was the late fee of $100. The client then, or I'm sorry, the tenant then made a payment of $900, which brought the balance to $490. So subtracting $30 from the late fee would bring the total due of rent to $460.
All right, and so what now other costs do you have?
We have costs in the total of $222.55, which brings the total past due and owing to $682.55.
Default judgment will enter in that amount. Writ date will be May the 27th. The amount again to be paid to save it from the issuance of the writ is $682.55. You can submit your judgment. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate the court's time today.
Alex Christopher Pittock, 25B1479388A. Your name?
Alex Christopher.
You're charged with failure to enroll in biweekly chemical testing as ordered on April 29th of 25. That is the charge. If you plead guilty or if you're found guilty, you could be incarcerated for up to 5 days. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights?
Yes.
If you plead guilty, you will be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a trial of any kind. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You have the right to a lawyer. I'll be happy to give you one at public expense if you want one. Do you want one?
No, thank you.
Where's the arraignment? All right. So I'm going to ask you now, with the charge you failed to enroll in biweekly testing as ordered on April 29 of 25, how do you plead?
Not guilty, sir. It was a miscommunication, I believe. I was never informed that I needed to enroll. I've
Hang on a second. I'll get the probation officer in here and we'll have a hearing, okay? So you can have a seat. We're going to get Emily Tessino in here on this one.
Okay.
See, thank you. El Shami, Amin Hamoud Ahmed El Shami, 25R 514-112.
Good morning.
Your name?
Amin Hamoud El Shami.
You're going to plead guilty under section 771.1 to furnishing alcohol to a minor, true?
It's cigarettes.
Yeah. I'm sorry, tobacco. My mistake. You understand that?
Yes.
Is that what you want to do? You understand I'm going to place you on probation and I'm going to set terms, and if you're compliant at the end of 6 months, the case will be dismissed.
Please, thanks.
Did you sign the advice of rights and you understand the rights? Yes. If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and there will not be a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. You still have the right to a lawyer. If you want one, I'll give you one. Do you want a lawyer? To the charge furnishing tobacco. To the charge furnishing tobacco to a minor, how do you plead? On April, how do you plead?
I'm sorry?
To the charge furnishing tobacco to a minor, how do you plead?
You want me to explain it?
No, I want to know if you plead guilty or not.
Oh, yeah, guilty.
On that date, April 19 of 25, were you working at 22430 Huron River Drive in Rock?
Correct.
What kind of station is that?
It's a tobacco and vape.
All right. And did you sell tobacco to somebody that was less than 21?
Yeah.
Why?
Because to be honest, I've been in the business for 17 years. I never had ticket before. And he looked a little bit older to me. And I was at the end of the day, I was about to close. I was in detention, you know.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
Why did?
I have kids. I know.
Why didn't you check his ID though?
I always check it, but it's happening mistakes sometimes, you know. 17 years, I never had ticket.
Okay, I get it, but why didn't you check his ID?
I always check, but I don't know, just happened.
You own the store?
Huh? It will never happen.
Slow down. Do you own the store?
I do, yes, sir.
And you've never had one of these?
Never.
Call in, Mr. This is Pellet. 1 second. Yeah, where's my sheet? Hang on. You have the number?
I always have certificate. Thank you for not selling tobacco, actually.
I know, but why did you not get the ID of somebody who's 19? I don't want to make this
You
big.
look a little, I don't know. It happened. Sorry.
Hey, Judge, well, then you're not checking IDs all the time, though.
He's coming in.
How you doing, Mr. Pelland?
Good, Your Honor.
Your name?
James Pelland, I'm the head of the city of Rockwood.
Did you guys ever amend your ordinance? The ordinance section I have is talking about under 18.
I think it's actually state law that,
Well, but they wrote it under local ordinance. If you guys didn't adopt
I believe we've adopted.
well, you better check. Because you guys said, he cited ordinance section 231-1. And it talks about furnishing tobacco to somebody under 18. And this kid was 21. So I don't know.
No, he was under 21, but
No, I know, he was 19.
yeah.
But the ordinance you have here, at least the one.
I mean, I would assume we adopted it.
All right, well.
I don't have it off the top of my head.
I got it. Mr. El Shami, look, he's got to do some checking into this. I don't know if they adopted the ordinance or not. I don't want to keep you waiting here. I'm not going to take the plea. I'm going to reschedule it, and he'll have the ordinance section for us next time. Or if they didn't adopt it, then they're either going to have to charge you under state law, have you charged under state law, or I'm going to dismiss it. Okay? I'll just make a note. The ordinance cited.
Judge, just so you know, there's several of these on the docket today.
Well, that isn't good. Do you want to try to check it now? I don't think you got one. I mean, you guys usually provide us with ordinances. Look, here's what I'm gonna do. If not amended, I'm just gonna adjourn this.
I thought it was written under state law. I didn't look at it.
Well, yeah, but if it was written under state law, you got no business handling it, no disrespect intended. And he cited a local ordinance, and he checked the local ordinance.
Doesn't it incorporate the state law is what I meant?
I don't see where it did. I didn't look.
Let me look at it. What, you may want.
231-1.
All right.
I'm adjourning this for you. I don't want you to, I don't want to take any, I don't want to make you come back, but I'm going to adjourn this, okay? Lisa, what do we have? Is Mr. Pelland here the 29th?
29th at 8:30.
Okay?
29?
Yeah, and let him look into it. I hope I'm not making you come back just for nothing, but I want to make sure, all right?
Okay, what do we need to do? 29 and 8:30, I have to come here?
Yes, sir. Okay, go down the hall, get your notice, and we'll see you back here then, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. You want my book?
Now I'm gonna look it up online because that'll show it.
Good enough. That might be the problem. Alex Christopher Pittock, 25B147-938A. Your name?
Alex Christopher Pittock.
Your name?
I'm Tito.
I'm entering a not guilty plea for him. You still wish to waive your right to a lawyer, sir?
Yeah.
So he's saying there was some kind of confusion as to when he had to sign up for testing or didn't know. That's what he started to say. So I'm calling you in and I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you'll give in these proceedings will be the whole truth self you got.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead.
The only thing I could go off of is I do have the referral that I filled out and would have went over with Mr. Patak when I did his instructional.
When was that?
His instructional would have been the day of his sentencing, which was April 23rd, that it, on my referral, it clearly states testing start date is April 29th of 25. So that
Okay.
there could have been confusion. He did go test on May 5th. That was his
Yeah.
first test.
Do you have any questions of her?
I started calling.
I want to know if you have any questions for her first.
No.
You want to testify? If you do, I'm going to swear to you to an oath, as I just did her.
Yeah, that's fine.
Raise your right hand. Solemnly swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you will give in these proceedings will be the whole true self you got.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
I had began calling the number for the testing on the 29th because I was under the impression that I was already enrolled. So the start date, like she said, the 29th, I have the call logs that I called every single day since the 29th. And the first time I was called up there, I went, so I didn't miss any testing or anything. And I've been doing everything else for my probation, going to AA, therapy, all that, the court work program. So there was no ill intent by me not enrolling. It was just a misunderstanding.
I'm not sure why it was a misunderstanding. The sheet clearly spelled out you had to enroll by the 29th.
The way that she told me I had my color and everything and that I started testing on the 29th, I was unaware that I needed to go up there and enroll.
All right, look, I'm gonna make this easy. I think it was your fault. I'm gonna find you guilty. I'll chalk it up to a warning. No costs, no sanctions. We'll let it go with that. But make sure you cross your T's here and dot your I's, will you please? Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Judge, Mr. Mudar is back. I just wanted to let you know.
All right, I'm gonna take Jaleesa Maria Rodriguez. Are you ready on that?
Yes.
25R514085A. Tell him if he wants to check back in about 15, well, go ahead, counsel.
Good morning, Ms. Rodriguez.
Ma'am,
Jaleesa Rodriguez.
your client was in here and tendered a plea of guilty to the charge of operating while visibly impaired on May the 15th. She was referred for a screening and assessment. Have you had, she did score in category 1, I'm gonna give her that. Have you had a chance to review the report with her, and are there any material additions, corrections, or deletions?
We have had a chance to review the report, Judge. It is factually accurate. We've got no corrections, omissions. We do ask the court for a couple of amendments, Judge. We've read the recommendation, and Judge, just like you mentioned, she did score 1 in both categories on the needs assessment. So I believe that the recommendation may be a little harsh for the outcome here. This is a first offense for Ms. Rodriguez, alcohol related or otherwise criminal in general. She's a single mother, Judge. She is full-time employed. She's been with the same employer for the last 5 years. She does have 3 minor children that live with her. Judge, this was a one-off offense. We'd ask the court to not sentence her to probation, but rather costs and fines, Judge.
She's got all kinds of warrants out.
She's taking care of those, Judge. She has the proofs here with her.
She scored twice the legal limit, more than twice the legal limit on an OWI.
I did explain that to her as well.
That troubles me.
And she does assure me that because of one-off, this has never happened before. She assures me this will never happen again. She does understand that what she did was she made a mistake, and her record does reflect the fact that she's never had any issues prior with alcohol.
All right. Let me check something here. Boy, I got a mess going on over here. All right. I'm gonna place you on. Ma'am, have I let you finish? Is there something you would like to tell me?
Yes, I just wanted to apologize. I kick myself every day. I know I could have been hurt or I could have hurt somebody else. It's not only taken from me, but my kids. They're all in honor school. They've been missing out on their after school activities because I cannot drive to take them. It's hard to find a ride. I know what I did that was wrong. I wasn't feeling good where I was at and I left. And it was a mistake.
All right, good enough. I'll reduce the probation period. I am troubled that she's got almost 2.5 times the legal limit, or certainly more than 2 times. But I'm gonna go light on you. 9 months probation. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate any law or ordinance. If you change your address, place of employment, or home telephone number, you must notify probation. You have to report as directed. No alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal drugs. You're not to purchase, possess, or consume any. I'm just gonna make chemical testing, PBTs and ETGs on demand of the probation department. So if they tell you to go, you have to go. Kratom, poppy seeds, CBD oils, any of those are prohibited. If you consume food or other items containing those substances, that will be deemed a violation. I'm going to have you do the alcohol education program level 1 in the victims impact panel. I'm going to order 2 days jail credit 1, serve 1, and I'll have you do that by way of community service. 8 hours of community service you have to complete by June the 30th. Again, you're to attend the alcohol education level 1 program with the victims impact panel. Fines are $300, cost $250, $75 victims' rights fee, $50 justice assessment fee. So fines and costs are $675. There's a screening fee of $60 for $735. You have probation fees of $180, bring your total to $915 plus. You have cost of recovery of $150 for $1,065 and court-appointed attorney fees of $40. I want to double check my math here. That's right, 1105. If you violate, your probation could be revoked. You could be incarcerated for 93 days. You have 21 days to appeal, 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer. You may be eligible for early discharge. You do everything, stay out of trouble, no violations within 90 days, you can get off of probation in 4.5 months, okay? So get going on this. I'm going light, scored in category 1. On both drug and alcohol, and I'm doing more than reasonable, but that's the best I'm gonna do. Do you understand it?
Yes.
Do you have any questions?
No.
Just she'll require a payment plan. She can take care of that.
How much can you have today? Do you have today?
No, I just took care of this, the warrant,
Just
$600.
fine. You don't need to explain. Tell me how much you can afford to pay weekly or bi-weekly. You make $1,500 bi-weekly, right? So you do pretty well.
Yep, with bills and stuff.
I
It's
know,
tight
we all
right
have
now.
bills. How much do you actually make? What's your gross salary?
I make 19 an hour.
Okay. Tell me how much you can pay weekly.
I'm not sure.
Well, come on.
$50.
Weekly? Okay, if that's all you can do, that's fine. I'll let you do that. You pay $50 weekly, and I'll start this beginning on May the 27th. And if you don't have the money on any one of your due dates, all you have to do is come talk to me on or before the due date at 8:30, or call the court, say I need to go online with the judge. I'll give you an extension. I honestly don't care how many times we have to do that. So just don't ignore me. Don't be afraid if you don't have the money, okay? Thank you very much. Zarate. And you're gonna meet with probation before you leave there. You're gonna meet with probation before you leave, ma'am.
Yeah, she's going across.
Joshua Michael Zarate, 25F243398.
Good morning, Judge. Massey here on behalf of Mr. Zarate.
Where is Mr. Zarate?
Mr. Zarate, I thought was in here.
Did you talk to him?
I did talk to the judge. I thought he was already here.
Why come into court when you're going to court? You might as well stay out in the hallway. I don't understand it. I'm gonna go on to another case.
I've got two more in front of you, Judge. You want to?
Which ones? Davis, Jeremiah Davis?
Davis and Gordon.
Jeremiah Mitchell Davis, 25F243817, and Raymond Gordon have a seat at the table there.
Mr. Davis, come on up. Mr. Gordon, have a seat right there.
Your name, sir?
Jeremiah Davis. Good morning, Judge. Massey here on behalf of Mr. Davis.
All right, this will be a plea under Howell, right?
Yeah, for arraignment purposes, Judge, we'll stand here and wait for you.
All right, so if you plead guilty here, sir, I'll take this under an act, under a statute, and I'll set terms and conditions, and if you're compliant at the end of that specified period of time that I set, the case will be dismissed. This is punishable by up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs, or all those. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign the advice of rights?
The yellow sheet? Yes, sir.
Did you read it and understand it?
I did.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and there will be no trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand everything? Any questions?
Sorry.
To the charge of child neglect, how do you plead?
Judge.
On May 2nd of 25 at 6:50 PM, is that a Myers at 26100 Vreeland in Flat Rock?
Yes, sir.
Did you leave your 5-year-old child in a vehicle?
I did.
Why? Why would you do that?
He was sleeping and it was irresponsible of me. I just went to run to the store to get him some groceries and stuff, and that's what I was doing. And I came back out to the car and there was a cop around there. It was honestly terrifying to see that.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, this is my first criminal offense.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No.
Well, I gotta set a sentence date. I feel like I want to order them printed on this. I mean, I'm not gonna, there's no reason for you to be real nervous, but you just can't do that. You have to go over to Flat Rock Police Department to get photographed and fingerprinted today by 1 PM, okay? I'm not ordering a pre-sentence report. I'll take the plea, I'll sentence him, I'll look over the report, and I'll get a sentence date here. So here are your bond conditions. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate any law. You must appear in court as directed. You have to get fingerprinted and photographed, as I said, by 1 PM today. And that is about it. So you gotta use your head though, okay?
Yes, sir. Personal bond.
Yeah, I'm giving him a personal bond of $500 if I didn't say I wrote it down, but. And you're all set. So we're gonna give you a sentence date right now, then you'll go down the hall and get that date, and you'll get also your paperwork to go over to Flat Rock to get fingerprinted and photographed, okay? All right, Lisa, what do you have for me?
May 29th at 8:30.
May